Hello everyone, welcome to AKSIAS main section of free initiative. This is Santosh Koka. Today we will discuss one important question. Before that, we will check small information related to new batch which was started on 11th November recently. TGPSC, APPSC Group 1 and 2 English and Telugu medium new batch started on 11th November which includes prelims cum mains integrated coaching offline live online classes. For more information you can call this number. Next, mains section on today's question for 27th November 2024, that is subject related to geography. Discuss the geographical and environmental factors that contribute to the recurrent threats posed by the Teesta River to Sikkim and West Bengal during the monsoon season. Suggest sustainable measures to mitigate these threats. Here, we are regularly following our simple and smartest technique, that is 3 steps before writing answer. Within 1 minute, first step is question reading. Within 1 minute, we need to identify different question tags and keywords here. What is the topic? Especially threats posed by the Teesta River to Sikkim and West Bengal. Very important, recently seen in the news, right? What is the important question tag here? Discuss. Discuss means here we need to provide positives and negatives, and also before conclusion, compulsorily we need to provide some needed measures or way forward suggestions, right? So how many parts are there? 2 parts are there. In first part, discuss related, and second part, suggest. Simple keyword, question tag, no need to worry about this. Next, coming to keywords. Here, geographical and environmental factors that contribute to the recurrent threats, right? So we need to focus on providing some recurrent threats what we posed by the Teesta River to Sikkim and West Bengal, and also we need to provide separately geographical and environmental factors that contribute to that particular issue, and also finally we need to give some sustainable measures to mitigate these threats. If we create some structure here based on the demand of the question, first thing we need to provide some information related to recent threats, right? That is related to introduction part. In this particular structure, we need to focus on providing some structure related to body part, right? First of all, geographical and environmental. Next, environmental factors, right? Geographical factors first thing, environmental factors. Third one is needed measures, right? Simple structure based on the given keywords, right? So next, importantly, we need to focus on brainstorming. Within 1 minute here we need to recall important keywords here, right? So whatever we have important current affairs issue need to mention first, right? Recall first, especially regarding recent threats, right? And also especially we need to focus on some important initiatives or first important disasters what we happened in the 2023 Teesta River, right? So other than that, some important examples are we can talk about 2023 itself, Lonak Lake issue outburst also we have seen that, right? So other than that, some examples, previous examples are 2011 Sikkim earthquake, or we have Hindu Kush Himalayas assessment, also we have 2019 assessment reports, and also we need to give here, right? Other than that, we can include some important reports also, for example related to IPCC 6th assessment report here 2021, that is also very important, right? So other than that, some important missions also, what we have initiatives, for example Green India mission we have, right? So these type of initiatives we can include. Other than that, some climate resilient planning or multi-pronged approach need to be done here, right? So these are the important keywords what we need to write in the particular answer we need to recall here. Next, coming to introduction, here we need to focus on providing first of all current affairs introduction, right, before writing background part. So recently in the context part, we have seen in the news that 2 community-based Green Himalaya organizations have warned the government, especially for the serious threats posed by the Teesta River to both Sikkim and West Bengal each monsoon season, right? So this is the news, especially some study-based or report-based, this one, right? So need to cover here. Other than that, we can give some important facts also here. Only 6 months, within only 6 months remaining before the 2025 monsoon, there is an urgent need to implement mitigation measures throughout the Teesta River. That is the major particular assessment given here, right? So next of all, we can talk about 2023 Teesta river disaster here, right? That is very important, which caused severe destruction in Sikkim and West Bengal due to glacial lake outburst, right? So other than that, some recent, particularly we are talking about background part also here, right? So we need to connect both in the two separate small paragraphs. So in the body part especially need to start for with geographical factors here, right? Geographical, what we have, geographical factors contribution to the recurrent threats, right? So first of all, we have Himalayan terrain is very important factor. Himalayan terrain, that is the main reason, right? Steep slopes accelerating water flow, especially leading to erosion and landslides here, right? For example, here we can tell 2023 Lonak Lake outburst is the intensified the floods impact. That is the major example here we can provide. Other than that, seismic activity also very important, right? Seismic activity regularly happens in the Himalayan region. For example, this region lies in zone 5th, right? These type of issues need to include here, right? According to zonal regions, right? Zones, seismic activity zone 5th, very India's highest seismic risk zone, right? Zone 5th means, right, causing frequent landslide here. For example, here we can mention 2011 Sikkim, especially, so 2011 Sikkim earthquake, right? That is perfect example here. Destabilized river banks also. Next, importantly, we can talk about here proximity to glaciers, especially proximity to glacials. Glaciers also very important, right? So rapid glacial melting leads to sudden water surges here. For example, here we can talk about Hindu Kush. We have Hindu Kush Himalaya assessment 2019, which highlights the fast glacial retreat in this region. Glacial retreat is the major phenomenon, very important regarding the geography part, right? So other than that, we can talk about some environmental, right? Environmental factors, right? Before starting this, I forgot one thing here. So in the beginning introduction, after introduction, in the before starting body part, we can also provide some map, especially we are talking about or writing the answer related to geography part, right? We must use diagram or map or something, right, here. So we can relate to Teesta river here, right? Very important. Next, environmental factors, what we have here, we need to measure. First of all, heavy monsoon rainfall is very important here. Heavy monsoon rainfall is the very much important phenomenon, right? Factor. Excessive rainfall overwhelms the river system. For example, here Sikkim, almost Sikkim received 20% above normal rainfall in 2023. That is very important here, right? So because here, because of Teesta river threats posed being especially Sikkim and West Bengal, right? So second important thing, deforestation. Deforestation is the second important factor environmentally, right? Large scale forest clearance for hydropower projects weakening the soil stability here. That is also very important. For example, here hydropower development in Sikkim increasing this soil erosion, right? This is the perfect example. Be careful while you are watching this video. You must have habit of the writing, especially important examples. So many, generally every aspirant will write normal points or general points in the examination, but as per our competition, for the huge competition, we need to give justification part, especially for each and every point, right? So report or example or everything, right? So just write in a short note, right? So next, importantly, we can talk about urbanization. Urbanization also very important here, right? Rapid construction near river banks narrowing the floodplains, especially worsening floods also, right? So for example, here we can talk about example, Siliguri's urban sprawl contributes to frequent flooding here, right? So urban sprawl means here urban sprawls like issues also we need to cover in the geography part, right? Each and every word related to geography we need to focus on, especially not only examination point. Whenever you see these type of keywords in the Hindu newspaper or somewhere, you immediately will need to go search and Google in the further particular explanation part, right? It will more helpful to reach particular states related to examinations or particular further examinations also, right? It will be useful for you, right? Especially other than examinations, right? So next importantly, climate change also very important here. Rising global temperatures, altering rainfall patterns and increase glacial lake outburst risk also very important. For example, here we can connect one report here, IPCC 6th assessment or assessment report here, right? So 2021, it identified Teesta Basin as highly vulnerable, right? So these are the environmental factors need to measure. Finally, we need to provide some sustainable solutions here, right? Sustainable solutions need to write before conclusion, right? As per our demand of the question, right? So first of all, we can talk about glacial lake monitoring, right? Glacial lake monitoring is very much need here, right? So using satellite based systems to detect these risks are very important. For example, Bhutan's monitoring of glacial lakes reduced the flood risks in Ponas Kanju basin especially, right? These type of issues need to include here, right? So next important, reforestation is very important because we have some challenges, right? Deforestation. For that we need to follow reforestation, restore degraded areas to stabilize soil. For example, here we have Green India Mission, right? Green India Mission supports afforestation in Himalayan regions especially, right? So other than that, third important thing is community based disaster management. Very important, community based disaster management, right? So this particular issue is also covered in our major topic, disaster management. We need to train locals for disaster preparedness, especially here. For example, here Assam's community flood management programs in Brahmaputra basin is the perfect example here, right? We need to cover here, right? So other than that, eco-sensitive development also very important. Eco-sensitive development, right? Here, limiting large infrastructure projects in vulnerable zones is very important. Eco-sensitive development need to follow here, right? So other than that, we can also talk about some environment impact assessment like things here, right? So very much important, right? In the conclusion part, we can tell highlighting the need for a multi-pronged strategy, especially multi-pronged approach, especially which includes combining technology, sustainable development and community involvement to reduce these river threats. Finally, we can call for a action, especially climate resilient. We use this particular keyword regularly, right? So climate resilient planning is required to secure lives and livelihoods in the Himalayan region especially, right? So very important keyword in the conclusion part, right? So this is the perfect structure according to the demand of the question. Next importantly, day 136 main section question for 28th November 2024. Examine the interplay between geographical diversity and constitutional principles such as socialist and secular in India. How does this relationship influence policy making and governance in a federal structure? That is related to our subject polity, very much important, recently seen in the news related to it. So focus on this. Write your answers and upload in the AKS app. Thank you very much. All the very best.